Hey everybody, welcome back. So today we're going to go through this basically estate sale find box. But first I want to show you something cool. We went to Walmart yesterday because we had a bunch of size 1 diapers and we had to exchange it for size 2 because we're almost to that point where we need size 2 diapers. And went to the toy section and the toy aisle was bleak, very bleak. But for some reason on the Hot Wheels, I found this one random G.I. Joe. And this is actually a really cool one to get because this is Snake Eyes. And everybody loves Snake Eyes. So if basically you're a G.I. Joe guy, you're basically looking for Snake Eyes or Storm Shadow before all other characters. So this is pretty cool to find by itself. Perfect condition. I have no idea why it was sitting there in the Hot Wheels section by itself. But that will either be, if it's valuable on eBay right now, I'll probably sell it because I don't really collect G.I. Joes. Or I will gift it to my buddy Harold because as you saw in the Harold video, Harold collects G.I. Joes. So maybe that'll be gifted to him. But we will see first. But before we get to that box of stuff, I figure we should go through the mail calls real quick. So I got a couple packages here to open up. And so let's check those out and see what we got before we dig into this box of goodies. So without further ado, let's dig in. I kind of forget what these things are right now. Actually, I'm pretty sure I know what one of them is. But I kind of forget what's in the other bigger package. So let's check that out real quick. Hopefully it's nothing too crazy. Let's see here. Hopefully they didn't tape the book into the packaging, because you know how much I hate that. Alrighty, so we're getting into it here. Yeah, it looks like they taped the book a little bit in here, but it doesn't look like it's too much tape, because we hate too much tape. Too much tape is never any good. But yeah, so what it is All-Star Comics number 59. So this is the second appearance of Power Girl, Supergirl. So that's why I picked this up, and I'm still expecting the first appearance of her in the mail. Pretty excited to get that. Got it for a real cheap price. Looks like they had it for $5, and that's a little bit less than what I paid. I paid a little bit less than that for it. So that was good, because sometimes this book goes up to 10, 15, 20, 25 bucks. And I didn't want to have to pay that much for it. It's not perfect condition by any means, but it's not terrible. So, excited to get that. Second appearance of Power Girl herself. Alrighty, so let's get on to the next one here. This one's a little thicker, it looks like. And yep, like I said, I don't really exactly remember what this one's supposed to be. I think it's a multiple book lot. So we will find out here. In real time. What is this? Maybe it's just one book packed up all crazy, super. Yeah, looks like it's a lot of padding, a lot of cardboard. But yeah, it's multiple books. So we got multiple books here. It's just a matter of what are they, because I don't remember what I ordered with multiple books in it. But yeah, I think it was actually a Spider-Man lot. So a bunch of Spider-Man books, which is always exciting because I love the Spider-Man, and especially I'm kind of trying to put together all the black costume series throughout Web of Spider-Man, Peter Parker, the Spectacular Spider-Man, and whatnot. So let's see. Alright, so this isn't all crazy taped in. Alright, yeah, it looks like it's going to be reasonably easy to get through. And we got... Let's see if we can put it in some sort of particular order. Okay, yeah, so let's go back to Peter Parker, the Spectacular Spider-Man, number 70. So this was kind of the first book that I saw that I was going to buy from the seller. And it was pretty cheap, so I was like looking through his other items that he had listed for sale on eBay just to see what else I had. So I ended up picking up 3 more books. This is a really cool cover, though. It's Cloak and Dagger getting defeated by this guy. I forget who this guy's name is right now. Probably should have researched that before I got into this. But like I said, I forgot kind of which books I was getting here. Here's number 109. This is about almost 20 issues deep into the black costume there. Pretty cool cover, though. Kind of crazy, abstract, kind of looking art in a weird way. Red Sun, Black Spider-Man there with the red tints going on. Kind of just standing on top of the building. So that's pretty sweet. And then this gets into further when it's just, they dropped the Peter Parker Spectacular Spider-Man part, and now it's just the Spectacular Spider-Man. So shooting number 134. It's kind of during the gang war era, Sin Eater and the Rose and all that. Yeah, so that's kind of a cool Black Spider-Man issue there. And I think this is about the time where it's not actually the alien costume anymore. It's just when he's wearing an actual black cloth costume. But still pretty cool. And here he is fighting Electro. I don't think I have any books with the Black Spider-Man fighting Electro. But yeah, that's it for the mail call. So let's get into this box of goodies and see what we got. Alright, so let's see what we got in here. First and foremost, just picked up a pumpkin. Just kind of a random, ceramic kind of pumpkin thing that they had. And mind you, I got this whole box for free because it was basically my lady's family. They were moving out of their house. They were just going to throw all the stuff or donate it or whatever. Looks like an old Addams Family bucket. But what's in the bucket looks like, it's just like one of those old pumpkin lights. And what's cool is they had a bunch of these old McDonald's Chicken McNugget Halloween guys. So basically there's all these little bases. Put the little, it's like, I think the wizard costume. I don't know, let's see, let's kind of dump this stuff out here to get a better look. So the wizard thing, looks like there's a couple different ones. I don't know, maybe this is the witches. No, that's not the... I don't see the wizard hat, so the wizard hat might be gone. But there's different funny hats for it. So there's that one. And let's see, we got the monster. So we usually got a McNugget and the monster hat for the McNugget. So that's pretty cool. Let's see, what else do we got? Oh yeah, here's the... Actually, that was probably the hat for the count here. So there's the Mcnugget Vampire. And let's see, we got a McNugget Witch. Here's the McNugget Witch. It's pretty funny. I don't know if any of you guys remember these old McNugget, dress-up McNugget things. But they're pretty awesome. And then here's another witch with a, I guess, a princess head. That's all for those. So let's get on to the next stuff. What do we got here? Looks like an old Robin from maybe some sort of Happy Meal of sorts. Moving on. We got an old Tonka Truck. Picked up this thing out of their stuff because it was dated in 1981. So that's just pretty cool. Old 1981 Tonka Truck. Pretty awesome. You know how Tonka used to build things a little bit more sturdy back in the day. And then got this guy. It's a Skateboarding Grimace. Skateboarding Grimace. And I picked up, I already have one of these, but, you can't have too many Venoms. And that was the only Venom that I saw in all of his stuff there. So, yeah, it's pretty cool to get another one of those. It might be in better shape than mine, so maybe we'll replace mine. So I have one in the case over here. And I don't know if you guys remember Mighty Max, but this is from a Mighty Max old toy. And they kind of had little fold-out little play sets. And the play set kind of did different things. And I think I grabbed the little figures. So the little figures are in here somewhere, so we'll set that aside for now until I find those figures. It's kind of a cold, creepy spider. A little spider, kind of hot. And then I got a creature from the Black Lagoon was in there. And I think there's a button on the chest, so I'm not sure if this thing used to light up or what, but the batteries are dead, so there's no light up action going on right now. Got this old Mustang convertible Hot Wheel, which is kind of cool because as I showed you in my other videos with the Hot Wheels, is that I had this same exact one, but mine, the paint's all worn down and all that, and this one's pretty cool. So, there we go. Two-Face from Batman Forever. I think, one of the old, I think this is the old, maybe Val Kilmer Batman. Maybe it's the Part 2 Michael Keaton Batman. I'm not quite sure, but this is Tommy Lee Jones as Two-Face. So that was pretty cool to get. So I don't have that. And then we got our Jim Carrey Riddler. This is definitely from the Val Kilmer Batman movie. So that's pretty awesome. We gotta love the Riddler, especially the Jim Carrey Riddler. He's awesome. Let's see. Got an old Ninja Turtle helicopter. That's pretty awesome to find. And then I grabbed this thing. It's just kind of cool, glow-in-the-dark dinosaur. Because I always love everything that kind of glows in the dark, so I had to grab that. Let's see, kind of one of these old cars. I forget what this is from, but these kind of cars were pretty cool. I remember them being kind of interesting for whatever reason. It's just a cheap plastic car. Almost looks like it would be metal parts, but it's just like a chrome plastic. It's almost semi-metal. Maybe it is. No, it's plastic. Let's see, an old Robin This is from the Batman animated series, Robin. Pretty awesome to find that. Let's see, moving on. Let's see, animated series Joker on a motorcycle. That's pretty funny. It's like he's got some big old lips on this thing. But it's a sweet little Joker from Batman the animated series. Let's go. Look like we got the Hamburglar on a jet ski. Hamburglar on a jet ski. That's pretty awesome. Let's go. Super old, like looking Mickey Mouse. That's kind of cool. Little old looking Mickey Mouse. Moving on. I picked this up. Oh, yeah, I'm not quite sure what this is for, but it was some sort of weapon to somebody. And it's got like a metal plug, so I think it lit up. And whatever it's for, I don't know, I kind of forget. Maybe it was one of those weird X-Men light-up figures. I'm not sure. I'll have to kind of research that and see what that weapon went to, but I picked it up. And then a cool, just a Lego piece I found randomly. There wasn't really any other Legos in there, but for some reason they had this Lego piece. It's like a, rock side or cliff edge or something weird for Legos. So I grabbed that. It's like an old Batman with the Batarang, just kind of standing on like an old gargoyle kind of looking thing. And I was like, yeah, whatever. So I grabbed that. I love old Batman stuff. One of those old smiley faces, but it's like the jack-o'-lantern one. Just a cheap kind of like little toy, but I always love jack-o'-lantern stuff. And then I've grabbed whatever weird random guns and stuff I could find, just because you never know what that might go to. Maybe a G.I. Joe thing, maybe something else, but it's kind of cool to find old guns that would go to things. We find a expert later that would know what to look for there. And this was an old Robin. This was a cycle for Robin. I think it maybe goes to that Robin that I showed you a little earlier. Maybe it goes to this Robin. I'm not quite sure. But it's like one of those old zip strip ones. So I had like the zip thing. I'm not quite sure how it goes in there, but it's basically you pull this zippy thing here and it makes the whole motorcycle like go a little faster and kind of zip along. So it's kind of cool to find. Here's another old Robin. It's because I picked up any like comic book type figures that I found in the lot, and there's like a couple boxes of toys that I kind of sifted through to dig out this or that. And I grabbed this just because just an old horse, and it had the accessories still that weren't all busted up. There's a saddle in here somewhere. Oh yeah, here's the saddle. It's just an old random horse. Not quite sure what this went to. Maybe it's a Barbie thing, maybe Skipper. Who knows? But I just grabbed it regardless. They were going to donate or throw it out, so I was like, yeah, I'll grab that horse. Let's see, moving on. Oh, yeah, got this guy. I forget what this guy's from. It's like, okay, so first you have this guy with a tuxedo, and then you had this thing. This is the Shadow or Shadow Man or something like that, or the Sandman. I don't know. I forget what it was, but basically this guy's head kind of goes down into his body like this, and this thing plops in on top of it, and he turns into whatever character this is. So if you guys know which character this is, go ahead and give me a comment, because I'm not really familiar with this guy right now for some dumb reason. I'm not quite sure who this is. So maybe, yeah, if you know, let me know. It's kind of cool, though. Cool figure. Had some old Ninja Turtles in there. So I found this. Actually, there's only 2 Ninja Turtles in there, so I grabbed them. And there's this Donatello. And this was the Ninja Turtles that actually had the, you can put the little accessories, like the accessories that came with it, inside the shell. So it's like the shell's like kind of a little storage. Looks like it's missing the back part of the belt. But maybe it's in the bottom of this box. I'm not quite sure. I forget. Then there's this Ninja Turtle. This is the pop in your head Ninja Turtles. He popped in the head like that, and then you squeeze the legs and the head popped out. So that was pretty cool to find. Like I showed you in some of my last videos, I got some old Ninja Turtles from Harold. So that's kind of cool. Like this old kind of funky cheap Spider-Man. Kind of paint all kind of worn off of his head a little bit, but it's Spider-Man, so I grabbed it. Moving on. Oh yeah, it's like this old seagull toy. One of those kind of wind-up toys, and I think he swam. He just kind of did the backstroke. Forget what that's from. I know it's some sort of Disney cartoon. Maybe the Rescuers or whatever. I grabbed this guy. It's Fozzie. That's a football player. Fozzie football player. It's like a finger thing or a pencil topper or something. I don't know. I forget what these were from. But that's Fozzie playing football. So I grabbed that. See, it looks like an old Batman vehicle part or something like that. So a vehicle wing. Maybe it was like a bigger figure of some sort. But either way, I grabbed it regardless, just to kind of see if I could research it and see what it's for. Maybe it's an old Batwing toy, or like a flying Batman thing or something or another. I don't know. And these were kind of cool. Got these. It's a walkie-talkie set, and it's Batman and the Riddler. And these are definitely from the Val Kilmer Batman and what's the Jim Carrey Riddler. So that was pretty cool to get. I just watched that documentary, Val Kilmer. I'll have to show you my autographed Val Kilmer movie I have, and I'll probably talk a little bit more about that because I love Val Kilmer. But that was pretty cool. I have to put some batteries in these bad boys and see if they still fire up and work. So that'll be awesome. Once my little girl's big enough, we'll play some walkie-talkies with the Batman and Riddler walkie-talkies. Let's set those guys aside for now. Let's go a little further. Okay, yeah, just some other accessory. I think this is from Gargoyles, maybe. I'm not quite sure. Just a random wing I found in there. And then what's we got? Oh, Minnie to go with that. Mickey Mouse. There's Minnie Mouse. Birthday present, Minnie Mouse. Yeah, I found a random piglet. Everybody loves Piglet, so I grabbed the little Piglet. And that's just pretty cool. Winnie the Pooh. Let's see. Oh, yeah, Robin Hood. This was kind of a cool find in there. It was a cool Robin Hood. I loved this. Out of all the Disney cartoons, this is one of my favorites. I always loved Robin Hood. And here's Robin himself, Robin Hood the Fox. And he's got a furry tail, so that's kind of interesting. I'm not quite sure how old this is. It might have a year on here. Let me see if I can investigate this a little further and see if there's a year. Nope, just made in China. Old school. Doesn't have a year on there. But yeah, old Robin Hood Disney toy. That was pretty awesome. I like the fuzzy tail. Let's see. Oh, the old Ninja Turtle, it's like a Mighty Max Ninja Turtle set, I believe. I can't quite figure out how to open. Oh, there it is. There it opens up. So yeah, it's just kind of like, looks like the Ninja Turtles sewer fort, or maybe they're playing football. I'm not quite sure. But that's kind of cool. Old Ninja Turtle play set. It looks like, yeah, it's still got their, whatever this was attached. I wonder if this did anything. It pulled out or whatever. Huh. Not quite sure. And this was like a scorekeeper. It's like a scorekeeper on the top here. It kind of rotates in and out. I wonder what kind of features this thing has. I don't know. I'm not sure if I found any miniature Ninja Turtle toys to go into this or not, but I guess I'll have to look further into the box because I just don't exactly remember everything I grabbed when I was grabbing this. But that's pretty cool. Just an old school Ninja Turtles play set, Mighty Max style, tiny little micro play set. Let's go a little further. Looks like another random weapon of sorts to something. Random Batman accessory. I don't know if this went to Robin or what, but it's kind of, random Batman thing. So I grabbed it. Let's see. I think Roger Rabbit. This was the car from Roger Rabbit. Saw that, grabbed it. No regrets. Always loved Roger Rabbit. I grabbed a weird, random glow-in-the-dark monster thing. Just because, glow-in-the-dark monster thing. Another weapon, missile of some sorts. I think this might have been like a Batman front missile to something. I'm not quite sure. I'm going to have to kind of look into that. Maybe some of my toy people will know what these parts go to. And this might have been a mask helmet. No, not mask, but something else. Just a random helmet, though. So I grabbed it because, a lot of people always lost these little parts. Of course, in the bottom box, my lady found this, so she wanted to throw that in the box. I'm sorry, I thought that was your costume. So that's kind of a funny little insult to people. A little Halloween deco. Let's go, just a random tree. Just a random toy tree. You never have enough little random toy trees. Let's see, another bat wing for a bat thing. So I'm not quite sure what that went to. Grab these little people, dog. I remember having these Fisher-Price little people, maybe. I don't know, I'm not quite sure. But little dog. Remember having one of these as a kid. Of course, mine was long gone. And then here's, this was like, I think the bad guy to the Mighty Mask little set that I just showed you. I'll have to put that in with that. I don't know, where'd that thing go? Mighty Max. Yeah, here it is. Mighty Max. And this kind of maybe plugged into here somewhere. Yeah, this goes to this. So he's like a little miner. It plugs into the Mighty Max set. And this is where he plugs into. Looks like the feet fit exactly, and there's a little peg and all that. So yeah, so he plugs into that. And the Mighty Max is here somewhere. So I gotta find that. A random sword, just because, you know, weapons. And then lastly but not leastly, we got this tin. This tin is kind of filled with some of the smaller things. Found this old Cabbage Patch Kid thing in there. So that was kind of cool. I think this maybe was a McDonald's toy that you got from McDonald's, but she has, like, you know, little yarn hair and all that. And it was Christmas time. Cabbage Patch Kid. Some sort of weird old Transformer thing. It was definitely not complete because the wings are missing. But I grabbed it regardless. Just because, you know, all Transformers, parts, whatever. So maybe somebody has the wings somewhere. Maybe this is in better paint condition than whatever somebody else has the rest of the parts to this far for. There's some sort of Transformer plane. Let's see, just a random reflector for your spokes, for your bike. An old Superman. So, you know, old Superman. And then I found these old Power Rangers. Old Power Ranger toys from the first round of Power Rangers. There's Trini and Billy and the blue and yellow Ranger. Let's see, like an old Sledgehammer. This might have been an old, not Thor, but yeah, who knows, maybe Steel from Superman. Maybe that's who that went to. Of course, another old gun. Old Joker gun of sorts, I believe. I'm not quite sure exactly, but this looks like the Joker's colors. Let's see, an old Lego guy, because, you know, old Legos. Let's see, it's an old Native American figure of sorts. Random old plastic, kind of more detailed than a lot of these old army type size figures would go. Okay, well, yeah, kind of an annoying little skeleton guy for Halloween. That makes a little rattle. This thing has a lot of accessories in it. So I just picked up, you know, random accessories that I found. This thing, I forget what this is from, but I remember it being something cool. Maybe Power Rangers, maybe something. But, you know, you once had the magnifying glass maybe, and the other one's like, you know, makes kind of everything into a prism. I don't know if I can make this work like that. Yeah, see? Everything you look into kind of changes all crazy, like a bug's eye view or whatever you're looking at. Moving on. That's kind of cool. Old Washington Park Zoo. This is from our old zoo. We have, well, the zoo's still there, but this is an old thing from that. Just like a little zipper pouch that you get as a kid, and you put your, like, coins in there or whatever. So I thought that was kind of a cool thing to get from, like, an old school zoo paraphernalia. This looks like an old G.I. Joe accessory. I wasn't quite sure, but I grabbed it anyways because, you know, old accessories. Let's see, old totem pole. For whatever reason, there's like a weird old totem. So I grabbed that. Another weird old accessory to something. Not quite sure what that was for. Grabbed this old, like, a little golden book. And it's Mickey Mouse's Christmas Carol. Just thought that was kind of fun. This, I think, went to an old slot track railing. I don't know why I grabbed that per se, but and this is an old boulder accessory to something. I'm not quite sure exactly what that went to again. Oh, and then here we go. Pink Ranger. Looks like we're only down to parts of her. Looks like Kimberly, an old Pink Ranger. Old Micro Machine, tow truck. Old Micro Machines. Looks like an old weird plastic cactus. An old G.I. Joe comic book. So mini G.I. Joe comic book. So it's kind of cool find. So something that'll probably go to Harold. I see him next. Maybe he has a present or some sort. 1994 though, so 1994 G.I. Joes. Let's go. What do we got in here? Yeah, another old gun. I'm not quite sure what this goes to, but it's just an old brown pistol to somebody. And there we go. Yeah, here's the Mighty Max. And yeah, some weird old rope to something. Not quite sure what that goes to. It's another old mask. This is definitely mask, I believe. An old helmet for a mask guy. And there's Mighty Max. Mighty Max to go into that Mighty Max playset. So let's see if we can plug him into here. Yep, so there we go. Mighty Max in his playset. Back with the old miner. So maybe that's complete with those guys sitting in there. So maybe we'll just give this a close. And those guys can sit in there forever. Maybe it won't close with them standing in there. Let's put them over here and close it. Yeah, there we go. So now it closes. Mighty Mask playset complete, I hope. because I think that's only the only things that really came with that. And that's basically about it. Let's see. Oh, an old Pog of Alfred, randomly kind of in there. And another old blaster, some weird old telescope, and another random old helmet. And lastly but not leastly, a random old gun, something. I'm not quite sure what that gun goes to, but I guess we'll have to find that all out. Yeah, so that's it for our estate sale find. Alrighty, so that's it for that, but I actually did also find one last couple of little things in the bottom of the box. This old Olympic coin from Olympics Atlanta, 1996. So that was kind of cool. Old cycling coin, it's aluminum. It's got the flick to it. And then also I found this kind of really cool, it's an old Two-Face coin. So one side, it's the Liberty head. On the other side, it's the scratched up Liberty head. So this is the Two-Face Liberty head coin. It says Gothamus Unum on there. And again, it's got the aluminum flick. So that's a pretty cool thing to find in there. And I think this is actually from that old movie. Maybe it was Batman 2, the second Michael Keaton one, or maybe Val Kilmer one. I forget which one. But either way, if you like my content, make sure to like and subscribe, and I will talk to you soon.